Greetings and welcome to this awesome World of Tanks video. This video is going to help you maximize, or actually minimize your load time in between shots. So what we're going to do is I'm going to take one that I know backwards and forwards, which is my Sexton artillery, and I'm going to show you how to reduce the load time in every possible way. So let's get to it, shall we? So we're going to take this guy. Now I took the commander out. I even took the advanced loader out because I'm going to show you what it's like. This is the stock. You go to module viewer, hit the Y button, or on PlayStation it would be triangle. And it's going to tell you the stock reload of the Sexton 1 artillery American. 7.5 seconds. So let's add the advanced loader, shall we? One advanced loader minus 10%. So that's going to knock off 3/4 of a second, basically. I'm sorry, 7.5 is going to knock off 0.75. So there you go. Let's get this dude in there. And let's go back to module viewer. 6.75 now, because we knocked off 7.75. Fantastic. So our reload is down to 6.75 by adding the advanced loader. The next thing we can add would be a commander with a reload perk. So let's add a reload perk commander. Not this guy. Let's get this other. Need my guy. There, not him. I need my other fireman. There we go. My American fireman. He's got the reload perk. So, bingo. This is going to knock it down 10% again. So that's minus 6.7. It's going to drop it down to what? 6.75 is going to drop it down to 6.07, I believe is what it's going to do. Double check this and see. Bingo. Go to module viewer, hit the Y button. Reload time. Why is it not behaving properly? What the hell is... Oh. Because we did not install this commander somehow. My bad. Oops. Wrong button. That's okay. That happens. Commander. Assign commander. That's what I thought I was doing. Whoops. American. There he is. That butt kicker. Assign. Alright. Now, go back to the module viewer. 6.07. Fantastic. We can go even lower. So let's go back in here, and now let's add enhanced rations. This is going to give us crew performance. Again, module viewer, button Y, 5.76. Super awesome. Now, I had been working on this and I had set this up differently, so I've got to exchange this commander for this. My skills are actually on another commander that are coming up right here. No, not here. I swear that was her. I had unlocked another skill for him. I'll get it. Hang on a second. So where was that girl? Not her. This is going to be an unassigned commander with 4 skills, and one of them's going to be open. What a pain. Swear it was her. But it says it's not. So you figure that one out. There it is, the Tim. My bad. So we're going to swap this dude. Swap with my American fireman. This was the guy these were the skilled. He had the perk that was unlocked right here. Now, we are going to choose Born Leader. We're going to knock that 5.76 down to, I don't even know the number, to be honest with you. But we're going to find out momentarily. Right now, hit the Y button. 5.47. This is the minimum that you can set this. Now, if it's a regular tank, let me show you. This is not a regular tank. We're going to go to the equipment. You'll notice there's no fan for ventilation because this tank is an open top tank. So there's no fan. If we had a fan for ventilation, we could add the fan in place of another piece of equipment, and that will drop the reload time again. Now I'm going to show you another one, a direct example of this effect. Let's go look for the VK75. And the reason why we're going to look for the VK75, German heavy, is because it's the same as another tank. The one that I have right there, the Icebreaker. This is the same tank as the Icebreaker. Now I have my Icebreaker jacked all the way down on reload. But this is the same tank as the Icebreaker. The Icebreaker just has a kind of a gray tiger stripe, zebra stripe configuration actually, if you want to go there. So let's go to module viewer. Look at this. This reload time is insane. What is that? 18.2 seconds? Okay, so the reload time on the VK7501, getting out, and where is my deadgun thing? They're so small I can't read what it is. There it is. Icebreaker. Now that other one was 18, whatever the heck it was, I don't know. My Icebreaker is 12.94. So what I did, let me go and show you the Icebreaker. I did basically the same thing you saw on the Sexton, but on the Icebreaker, we have, you see the fan as well. So we have the regular advanced loader. Got advanced loader in there, which is right here, minus 10%. We also have an extra 5% crew performance with the fan. All right. We also have extra crew performance with the enhanced rations. We also have our commander, who has the loading skill right there, rapid loading, and also the Born Leader. These are the two. So there's like 5 things that will cause it to go down. These two are the ones for your commander. Those 2 perks. Then you have your equipment, which is the fan, the advanced loader, and then the enhanced rations. So there's 5 items that will reduce the load time. So like I showed you. See, the icebreaker is also a VK75, that was good because I don't want to take all the stuff off of this and throw that money away just to show it to you and then put it right back on. That would be stupid. I already did that once, and that was on my Sexton. It was a lot cheaper. I'm not doing that again. All right? Trust me, it's the same for every tank. So the only thing is the open air tanks, like stuff like some of the tank destroyers, like a Hellcat 105, a Martyr 38, but anything like a T40 or a Wolverine, anything that has an open top turret or wherever your guy does the shooting, there's no fan, so you lose the fan option. But regular tanks, my Hammer, same business, right? I think I got that on the Hammer. Let's check it out because the Hammer is awesome. So the Hammer actually does not have the fan. I've got this down to a reasonable rate, and I didn't think it was really that big of a deal. I could take enhanced targeting off as well, but I use it pretty good, so I'm like, it isn't broke, don't fix it, okay? And I like the speed, my max speed of 46 with the extra, tracks help. So let's look here on the module viewer. What's the reload time on that? 5.78 for the Hammer is very good. I could drop it down just a hair. We have everything except the fan. Oh, sorry. My commander's not in there because I was working on the big top contract and I was taking commanders. I was doing double daily doubles, and so I took my commanders and was swapping around. I was using my Wojtek. This is the 3D Wojtek. He's in Cold War, but I got the original Wojtek. I don't know. I got him an op or whatever, but I had him in on the KPZ 50, the Kampfpanzer 50T. This guy normally goes in the Hammer. It doesn't really matter, but I just want to put him in there. I want to show you. We're going to drop the reload down again, but just by putting Wojtek into the Hammer. That's a Tiger 217. This is the Africa Core. It looks phenomenal, doesn't it? Okay, no more. We're not here that's for beauty contest. Here's the Hammer. It looks phenomenal, doesn't it? I hope you guys had the chance to do the Hammer contract. This is a butt-kicking tank. I paid like 2,000 gold for it. Got it on sale. One of those crazy super sales. Man, I bought it like this because I had been saving up gold from cards, and so it was all free gold. And I got this dude for free by hanging on to my gold and being very miserly, which is what I recommend. So that when something came up, that was great, and the Hammer is great because I'm a Tiger tank guy. Let's go to the module viewer, hit the Y button, boom, 4.8, whatever, 9. That number is super tiny. Okay, so that's under 5 seconds for the Hammer. That's why I don't worry about the fan. I could put the fan on there and it would drop it down probably another 0.2 seconds, about 4.6 or something like that, which would be phenomenal. So the key thing is you just need to know the 5 different items that will get you a shorter reload. Like I said, the VK reload is like 18 seconds and change. I've got that down to just under 13 seconds. So it's El Stinkerooski that you have to wait almost 13 seconds to fire, but it would have been a lot longer and then therefore worse. So I don't use personally heavy tanks and medium tanks that much. Primarily, I will use those on a contract or an operation. That's not my cup of tea, as they say. My legend comes from artillery and light tanks, all right? So you got to know what you're good at and know what you're really good at. And light and medium and heavy tanks is not my forte. If you need me to be your best heavy tank or medium tank guy, you got a problem. I don't have the selection of other players because I just don't play them. I don't care to play the mediums and the heavies myself. I do it for goof off. I like Tiger tanks. They're fine. They've got no problem. But I'm just not great at them. I'm okay. I'm above average, probably. But my light and artilleries is extremely high. So I use these tanks, the mediums and the heavies, like I was doing the big top contract, just like I had done the contract for the hammer after I had already owned it. And I did the contract for the jammer, the hammer, the big top, and I did another one that was, I don't know, beats me, man. Let's find out. Heck, I don't remember. Let me go here, undo this. Let me go to the mercenaries. It was a mercenary contract. What the heck was that? I did reach the one, not the one I'm thinking of. The one I'm thinking of is no, I guess that was, primarily it was the hammer. I used the hammer. I did the hammer contract just because I re-earned the hammer and I got 3 million silver for it. So it was just something, I had nothing going on. There was no other contracts that were really good. But this is what we have available contract-wise. So I did the Tusk, but Tusk is a light tank, so whatever. So Tusk was a light tank, and you can also use tank destroyers, but that's slower than dirt, so I didn't do that. So I did the Tusk, but that wasn't what I was thinking. It was the big top and the hammer is what I did. And I used my mediums and heavies doing daily doubles. I got enough of those to where yesterday I finished off the big top contract, stage 8, by doing daily doubles just in my mediums and heavies until I got a win, go to another tank. And I eventually completed it without using my final. I still had 1 or 2 daily doubles that I could have earned if I needed them to get there. So I was pretty lucky in that regard. But this is how I'm so familiar with the Icebreaker, because the Icebreaker is a fun tank to play. But I'm not the greatest heavy tank player in the world. I'm okay, good enough. But I've jacked my reload on that dude down as low as you can basically get. And that makes it a whole lot better. So it's one of those things that when you look at those tanks and they have those unbelievable reloads, well, now you know that, let's get rid of this. Now you know how people can use those, because you can make the load time a lot lower. And I was working on these guys by making sure your commander has those 2 killer perks, the Born Leader and the advanced loading or rapid loading. So, I have some fun tanks like this. Freedom is one of the fun tanks. And I was going through those because of this big top contract, and I realized that I needed to check the reload times on my tanks, because some of them were messed up. Like, let's look at this Freedom. What's the Freedom reload? This guy has got 6.3. That's not terrible. You can live with that. Got a commander in here. Does this guy have? Okay, this guy only has 1. He has 1 of the skills. He's got the loading skill. So this dude, what I'm going to do, this is what I will do. All right. and this is a very helpful lesson. I personally use the Sexton 1 artillery that I showed you as my junior crew trainer. And what that means is I will run that guy up to 4 perks. It'll be like this one, except I could run it to 5 if I wanted to. It all depends. But what I would do is, instead of having the deflection of damage perk, I would have the Born Leader to get a reduction in time. So this one, what I can do is swap. I can swap the perks of this commander with my Sexton Fireman, because this guy is my junior crew trainer. Because this guy, this is a 50% bonus experience vehicle with the commander and the rations and the quick learner. The other thing about this, being tier 3, the matches cycle faster per hour. So I can run easily 10 matches an hour with the Sexton. All right? So you just do the math. That instead of trying to level this guy up, playing the Freedom, those matches take way longer. You're lucky to get 6 to 8. 6 to 8 matches in an hour with a Freedom. I can get 10 to 12 in a Sexton. So my Freedom guy doesn't have, he only has a 10% bonus, which is the enhanced rations for the experience. So he's going to get his regular experience plus 10%, 6 times an hour. This guy on the Sexton, he gets 50% bonus, 10 times an hour. Roughly twice, I would run almost twice as many Sexton missions per hour as Freedom. So what I would want to do is take the perks from my Freedom commander, swap them so that I'm running Sexton missions to burn the time and create more experience, get what I need, get the next perk, and then swap it back. And then bingo, you got a Freedom that's freaking loaded. Okay? And let me show you, I have another one that's another commander. Well, let's just go back here and look at the commanders. Just go straight there. So look in here, let me show you some of these crazy commanders that I have. 6 perks. 6 perks again. Another 6. There's a 7, and it's going to be, 8 relatively soon. Where is... I'm looking for that girl. Iris. See, that ghost has 6. Iris, there she is right here. She's 8 and working on the 9th one. And she's getting relatively close. Now, her thing is set up. She's maxed out for minimum load time, or minimum reload time in that vehicle. So she's a killer. And so she didn't get this way on her own. She's a standard commander. I used, when I was working on my other Scorpion, F-101 Scorpion, I used this girl in there. She's a 3-star commander, so she was running a 50% bonus. And she's running a 50% bonus. I switched her. She's now my Thresher commander because her jacket just looks awesome. Her uniform matches the Thresher's dark gray. So I was like, you know what, she'll look cool in that Thresher. That's the only difference. But I used a 3-star bonus commander in a 50% bonus tank to generate those perks. Same thing with this guy. This guy is awesome. He's a 40% commander, 10% for the quick learner, plus 30% regular for him. He's a 40% commander, but he's in a 35% tank because he's in a 25% commander bonus tank, the Magok 5. And he's also got a enhanced rations on there. So 35 for the tank, 40 for him. That's a 75% experience commander. So when I run this dude, he's jacking it up at 75% the normal rate. So he does this one. I have, you see Wojtek here. He's in the WZ-122. Same exact story. He's a 40% commander. The tank is the 35% tank, 25 plus 10. And he's 30 plus 10. So Wojtek here is another 75% commander. He's a monster. I have one more than that, and that's my Hollenhund with Hilder. She is another 40% commander, but she's in a 60% tank. It's 50% for the tank, 10% for the rations, 60%. So she's 30 plus 10. So when she runs Hollenhund, she's a 100% bonus commander. If you would make 1,000, if you make 1,000 experience points for your commander, with her, it's 2,000. It's sick. Now, those matches, unfortunately, tend to take longer. So it's, for fun, really. But I do the most pounding in the Sexton. Also, I bought the G.I. Joe Armadillo. That's another vicious commander vehicle. And I have a 40% commander in there, 30 plus 10. So I have a lot of these vehicles I can swap perks, jack them up by playing this tank or the G.I. Joe Armadillo, my Thresher, my Sexton. So, something that's fun. I put these guys in things that I enjoy playing. That way I'm not really working. So this is what we do. This gets the perks that we need, the key thing we need. Like when I'm done, I need to work on her to get that Born Leader perk. Because that would be another ability to jack reload times down. So that's what that's what I'm constantly doing. And then you see also that Rolf guy. Also Grim Reaper. He's very good. Another 40% commander. Rolf, 40% commander. This is why I don't mess around. This is the monstrosity that, this was in the season that we're in. He's another 40% commander. He's in another trainer tank, the T-34-88. He also needs a Born Leader. I've been doing it in stages. I was doing a bunch of running. I run Sextons during long hauls because it kills two birds with one stone. It jacks up experience, and it also gets me quick wins for long hauls to gain my cards. Use your brain, baby. So this is the thing. This is how you do it. This is why you should have crew training tanks. I have another video on crew training tanks that has a little more explanation if you need it, because the crew trainers get you the things you need for your commanders, which is, the extra perks to level up your dudes faster, make your guns shoot faster, and just makes your whole game experience better. If you have, for example, heavy tanks that have slow reloads, well, now you know what you need to do. You need to go back into your heavy tanks and look at your tanks. Do you have the option, and I mean convenient option, to put the fan on there? If you're using something that's kind of that's not really a great equipment. Some tanks don't need, like medium tanks for the most part, and heavy tanks don't need the enhanced view, and you can dump it and replace with a fan, because you're not your heavy and medium tanks aren't snipers. Your light tanks aren't snipers. You don't need that enhanced outline of the tank view on short range guys, because you're looking right at them. it's aimed directly at him. You got no problem. So if you have enhanced targeting on all your tanks, that's what I would look at, especially on my close range guys, because I'd take the enhanced targeting out and add the fan if I want to reduce my reload time. That'll help a lot. So hopefully this information was useful to you. Thanks for showing up. Please spread the word, tell your friends, subscribe, leave a like. It will help me. And, I guess I'll see you guys in the next one. I'm done.
Do you go Home Depot and others?
Greetings and welcome to my World of Tanks video. Hang on a second. This is not right. The hell is this?
Alright. Tremendously mobile.
Goodbye. Oh. It would help.